Welcome. A short video, as you've noticed, there's only about 2 minutes on the clock and I haven't began yet, so how can I know when the end is? You see, I know when I'm going to end it, but I won't know the time, or I can try to meet a 2-minute period. Anyways, this is what I'm trying to get to. When you create a 10, 6 and 4, only from single digits, okay, it is the 10. We know the total of it is. Now what we have to do is get to 9.9, because we already know the total. We're not looking for the total. The total is of the game. We know there's 9 innings in baseball. We don't know if there's an add-on. So what happens if we were working by 2.5s, okay? What we would do, if we wanted to go 2.5 all the way to 10, we would go 2.5, 5, 7.5, and then we would stop and add on from there. We would be in the house, okay, to reach 10. I'm not sure which house it would be, but we are in the house. Oh yes, we're in the house of 2.5s, because that's how we're going. So we're in the house of 2.5. So in the 2.5 house, we have to now work our way up to 9.9 to get all the reasons, or what the difference is between the reasons and why we got there in the first place. But there is no 2.5. But there is a 2.5. It's 25. If you go 9 times 25, you have 225 or 225 cents. You would have 9 quarters. 2 1/4 would come from 9 quarters. 2 1/4 what? In our world, they say it's dollars. Well, guess what? They said man was 2.5 men, and that's what he is. He's half. He's half of 5. He's not all of 10. He's half of 5. Because he's 2 parts of something. But God himself is all of 5 and all the parts of whatever you are. Whatever 2.5 you're not, the systematic of the game is the 2.5. Add that on to the value of God, because he gets you and the add-on. At the end, all he gets is one of you, one whole. We were going to add it on next to, we want to add up to 21. If we go up there by 6s, we'll have 3 6s, which will make 18, and then we'll need a 3 to make 21. That's the way it goes. It's that simple. It's that simple. Christmas trees downward towards, okay. See, what happens, okay, is when you look at these, down the cards here, it's very hard to see from on the TV. But because the white one is so white and so great, and the one that's not, it's only lines that right next to it, okay, there's a point that sticks out of each one of them. You don't see the point because it's clear. So all you're going to see is a tiny tip, because the white is on top of it, and this shows, which would be the opposite for the other side. Because, how can I show you this? I guess I can't. But if you really want to look, take a look how they did it. 1 dot, 3 dots, 3 dots, 3 dots. 1 dot is the 1 dot, and then on the one over here, you got 3, 3, 3, and 1. Don't forget the arrows. Arrow, AR, angel resident, row, fish eggs, to row a boat, oars. You know what, I'm not too happy with this video. I don't even know why I came on to say it. I'm not happy with it. What am I going to do next? I'm not going to publicize this one. What am I going to do next? There's so many things to do that I get overwhelmed, and then it takes me too long because I'm not sure where to start because there's too many. But I always get something done. I'm starting to pick up a little bit, it seems, just like every other year. Comes the month of September. Oh my God, it's insane. It's insane. When does the bear go to sleep? Because starting somewhere in September, I always start to get strong. It's usually, when I first began this whole thing, it used to be in May. But after that, it was like always in September, and that's the month when Santa Claus comes down. I mean, we're coming into the months, 3 months in a row. September hits, the leaves fall. The minute the leaves fall, I think Santa Claus takes a walk down the street and sees if the rest of the world is still here. I mean, he's only going to be here for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? crystallized snowflakes, frozen in hell. Maybe the more the ice melts, the more intelligent man becomes. We're so scared of what everybody thinks of what they saw, of what they learned, of what they think they know. And what they know, they don't know themselves because they're only sure of the numbers they have, of numbers that were created from somebody else. Not everywhere, just in some places. I say the Mayan are alive and well. I say the Hopi Indians are a superpower in space. I think good on earth outweighs evil. But how weak 2 billion people are. How weak are they in China? How weak are they in Asia? Excuse me to number just one place. But what I really come out to be, I don't know why India always sticks to my mind. India, Indian, you know, smooth skin, can't really tell if they're brown or white or black, or like all three colors in between, so I don't know. And then we got like the gray area, and that's Australia. That's a gray area. I don't know what's going on there. It's just gray. It's just gray. It's the way it is. It doesn't seem like a real bad area, but it's a gray area. It's like, it's my land, it's my island, and leave me alone. Shouldn't it be like that? It should start like that, right? Because Australia's, like, they got a big island. If I were them, they should have, like, their own army, no? Protect Australia. Let us protect Australia, and the kangaroo must be saved, Australia must be protected. That's what I'm seeing. That's the vision I have right now. Got to protect Australia. Doesn't matter who's there right now. They can never really get too big in Australia. There's no bad people out there. It's the laws that make the people bad. Because I'm a really mean person. I'm not nice at all for certain reasons. But you'll never see it. Not yet, at least. And even if you see it, I don't think I'd have to take my hands out of my pocket or raise my voice. I have my own way. I'm not looking to change. I may change because things change. I don't look for it. I just let it happen. It comes just like evolution. You got a little change, expect a change. When a coffee is costing $1.45, you're going to get change. But if you have $1 and you pay $1, you get no change. You have paid even money. But change is change. Do you know why? Because if the coffee is $1 and any kind of change, it's change. But $1 to $1, you get nothing back, and you got 2 zeros. One on the left, one on the right. Put them together, you got like eyes. Everybody knows the number 0, Z-E-R-O, stands for Goldez, right? Stands for love. Part of the rule of the game. 0, 54, reverse 45, and they don't say that in tennis. You understand what I'm saying? 0 is a total of 54 in the count, of the letter count. But in tennis, they don't say 45, and that's reverse. But love is love. What is next? Into a video that I wasn't sure that I was going to even do, and I did it. Where are we now? I don't know. I guess I'm going to look at something. They want me to vote. You know what? Listen to this. Is crazy. I didn't even know this. The school across from me, like I've never voted in my life. And now the voting station is across the street from me, right across the street. It's insane. And the address is 1155. 5 by 11 is 55. It's insane how the numbers repeat themselves. District code sector 162. The first part of 162 of 261, which brings on 6226. The special number of the universe. To come with man from the 2 world, and to come around with the 2 world to man. 6226, thus bringing on the rotation. They call this the Lehman, what I call it is light. L'chaim. So they have a dishwasher for sale, they call it a moffett. A moffett. But in French, moffett means skunk. Pretty funny, eh? And Moffat is one of the best ones, or is that Maytag? See how they can confuse you? Then they have General Electric. Like, who in the, excuse me, do you want to buy from General Electric? Last year or 2 years ago, they made $14 billion in profit. That's without the hundreds of millions of dollars that were given to the executives, in which the people who bought the stock barely made a cent. They reap off of everything. They made $14 billion in profits. They had 175,000 pages of paperwork, and they ended up paying no tax. That's bullshit. There should be 10 pages. What did you bring in? What did you sell? And then you go for the deductions on the ABCD. But the ABCD, okay, you can't go. You must mix. If you are one person, whatever you own as a business must be under that one person's name. That one person's name. I'm telling you, man, it's business. It's not personal. It's business. It's business all around. It goes back to you personally, and you can't save all the taxes by juggling the companies. The companies have to do what they do, and once it goes back to you, it goes back to you. Let me see what just happened. This guy calls me. Not once. I don't want to be with him. And I'm with him because I think he's retarded. Well, he's not retarded. He can't stop grabbing his nuts. And then when you say something that's a little cuckoo, he looks at you like a fucking chimpanzee, and I think he's ready to jump on you. He keeps trying to swat the flies out of my hair and down my back. So every time I go there, I try to make sure my car is parked in such a position, and he knows that I'm only there. I only got so many minutes, and then I gotta go. I think I give him more time than my grandmother at 98 years old. You know, 98 is the last number. Does everybody know that? Because if you add two halves together, okay, with a difference of 1, because the one God and the one God make 2, they both got one God. One of the electronic God and one of this God, and both gods make 2, and then this God 2 is the beta world. Anyway, so when you split 100, you can't go 50-50, just like on the piano. It's not 26-26. So you go 49-49, you got a difference of 2 in the center. 49 and 49 make 98. Reverse it, it's 89. Difference of 9. That is the birth. And then 98 to 100 is the 2. That will be the final. We're in the 2 worlds of, you got to count backwards sometimes. Just like I said in the previous video, let's start counting backwards at what year? At the year 3000. Let's start counting backwards. But listen to this. I have to say, I'm going to just say something to you. 3003. Not only is it 3003, it's for another reason. Extra normal. 2009, I forgot what happened in 2009. Extra normal in September started popping up, and I got all those pages in that whole book, and it started telling me something about the Aztec freelies of 1539 or 1639. Aztec freelies of 1539. 39 is the 10 of perfection. 15 is Omega Je. I am an Aztec freely is what it says, those numbers. So I got this from Extra Normal. So it made a mistake, or the guy who was making this up, or wherever it came from, they made a lot of mistakes, or maybe it's hard to translate from their language into my language, and maybe it was real. And they said they tried to take my number of 7286, and they wrote 4,283 years from 3003, whatever, of the Aztec freelies of 1539. Or 1579. It doesn't matter right now. And what it meant when it meant the Aztec freelies of that year, the number 3003 minus 2012, okay, would bring you 1,001 years left to go in the cycle of 3003. The reason for the extra 3, okay, because it's really 988, but the reason for the extra 3 is the 3 years of creation. They don't get doubled. The first 3 years of creation, or however the number goes, does not get doubled. It gets tripled when it reaches 9. You see, when you go from 1 to 3, you got 1 and 3 on the same line. They're both odd. In the second row, it's 4 and 6. They're both black. They're not red. We're talking about 3. So 3 touches 9. 9 and 3 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3 again. The 12th month of December, 1 and 2 is 3. The 12th day of December, 1 and 2 is 3. Of the 12th year of 012, 1 and 2 is 3. The pig's pregnancy, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. May 21st to September 12th, the passing of the eclipse, this September 12th or 15th, around there, will be the pig's pregnancy. So when the crossing came, what you didn't see, I may have passed my hands quick, but you didn't see what I did. Yeah, you can stop and look again, but you still won't see it happened in between the 2 hands. Where are we now? So we had that 3003. I can never figure out why they said it. But you know what? Sometimes I'm wrong. But it's okay if I'm wrong. Because as long as I tried to find an answer, if I was wrong, it'll get categorized. And when I find another answer that's similar and the 2 touch, I can correct it then. At least I can think of 2 things, the wrong thing and what the wrong thing is about. Then I can correct it if there's a correction to be made. And you know what? Anybody can correct me. Someone wants to correct anything, I say, correct, man. Ask questions and correct me. There's no difference. Whatever anybody does, it's information. It's all information. Even if you say ass, I might think about something else. You got 2 S's in there for 38. Plus 15 is 53. Do you know what 53 is? Or 35? 5 by 3 is 15, which is omega. And 5 and 3 is 8, makes 23. And that's number 23. So don't shoot any numbers at me, because I'm going to create up any bull. What's next? The bull. The red bull. The Toro bull. The bulls in the street. Does man have a horn? Yeah. He has 1 horn. It's whatever he does from his thoughts and his actions. Is the biggest verb in the world thinking? Is that a good verb? Thinking. What are you doing? I'm thinking. Can you not think? Hold on a second. Let me try to just be here and not think. You think I'm thinking? I'm not thinking at all. You think I'm thinking? I'm not thinking at all. I don't have time to think. I'm so busy telling you I'm not thinking. So what am I thinking about? Still got to work on the Greek letters. Got to work on the letters and the numbers. What else we got? What else do we got? I don't know. Let's take 8 and 9 is 17. 17 and 9 is 26. 2 and 6 is 8. 9. Well, this one's 9. This one's 8. This one's 9. It's got 22 inches. 2 and 2 is 4. 9 and 4 cross make 13. Okay. 22 and 99 make 11. But the biggest 2 things, 70 makes the gates and God. 22 says life. Air of life. Don't say the H, it's all in French. Air of life. Just in that TV. So the number 9 shows up. But if we add all the numbers together, 7, 9 and 9, 18, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. 33 equals the command and create. Well, you got the command control, and you can create by putting anything you want on there, making any video you want. Am I playing with you? Of course I'm playing with you. You know what I like here? Lev toe, to wake up early under the tent. They have a special on TVs. Holy fuck. They got so many TVs and so many TV stores wasting so much energy trying to sell and putting advertising and using up our paper, even if they can afford just to transfer the funds so somebody else can have money, but all we're doing is wasting paper and paper? I don't want to vote. I don't want to do anything. The only paper I have is the paper I write down, the information, the things I do. Too much paper. What about online? You know, if they get more away from the paper, we get more online, no? Is it better to stay online? You know what? I'm starting to think, yes. I want to be as close to my screen as possible. I want the elements of the atoms, or however this screen is made, LED style. I want to be inside. I want to float like ENZO. I want to float like down in Neil Anderson. Are you Neil Anderson? So I figure we got to get into these elements. We've got to make our bodies come apart a little bit. So it's not actually that our body will go, but it'll be our mind, and we'd be sitting here going, and we'd be in the information world. Imagine if you can go into your computer screen, work your way into the motherboard, and travel the system anywhere you want, and there are no doors for a virus called man. Man can open up and pick any lock he wants. Because once he gets in, and no one ever has really been in there, or have they? Because we are. All it means is to meditate ourselves off of who we are from where we come from. Because we're already running through the matrix to get into our own minds. I don't know how the double mind exactly works. I don't know. They call it a split P vibrator. In between here, you go. If our body can do that, there must be something else in my body that can do that too. I'm not alone with everything I can do. You hear my voice? Well, something inside of me helped to project so you can hear my voice. Oh, you prefer not to hear my voice? Well, lower the sound, man. Yeah, one of those sound things. Just lower it down. Like Robocop. Raphael, 7286. Thank you.